What if time travel was not only possible, but happening every day? What if it was something that you could do right now? Who would you see? Who would you want to visit? What would you ask them? Meet your future self with Israel Savage. It's time.
I found for myself that the word whole self resonates better for me than future self, so I don't know if I still have a question around this. I do. I think the question is, how can I integrate what works for me and feel good about that? I think I know the answer, but also I think what is difficult...
So say the answer.
I think the answer is just be good with it. I think splitting off from future, present, and past, my big thing is I am important. That's what I wrote, because I'm still evolving in that feeling state. So that's why I need to feel whole.
Follow what feels good, but what you've told us already is that this idea of worthiness, of wholeness, is something that you feel apart from. And so labeling a future self or a greater self or whatever you want to call it as the whole self, as something to strive toward, is not necessary, because you are whole. You couldn't be anything but whole. You're whole today, you were whole yesterday, you'll be whole 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now. You are complete even though you are ever evolving. And so even though, and it's tricky, even though it feels a little better, whole self, does it feel better because it's more comfortable, this separation, because it's more practiced? Is that why it feels better? Or does it feel better because it resonates more from the truth of what your greater self or future self or whatever you want to call it would hold for you? And I think the thing there to hone in on and zero in on is that you said the advice that you would give to yourself is just be okay with it. And I would say also, yes, but just be okay with it not being okay as well. Just be okay because it is okay. It's no big hairy deal. So there's this thing that I can't quite wrap my head around. Well, that's interesting. Isn't that interesting? It's all good. It's all good. And when you start from a place of completeness, and out of the overflow of that completeness, you give your attention to other things, including your desires, then that feels much differently than a feeling place of lack or less than whole, and approaching your life that way. You don't have to learn a single other thing to be whole because you were born that way. That is your birthright. Wholeness is your birthright. From this just right place, you are able to see with more and more clarity what's next, and then what's next, and then what's next. But what's next doesn't make you better or worse or more complete or less complete. Evolving, you can change and still be complete through every stage of your development. You can be complete when you don't have the answer to the question, and you can be complete when you don't even have a question. Every step along the process, you are enough and you're complete.
You made a deep impact. I'm just taking it in, Israel. I don't have a question.
I would just add to that, you made the deep impact. Everything was right there. Everything was right there. If what I just translated for you resonated, it resonated because for a moment you were able to take it in, but it was all right there for you to receive it. From a place of not feeling complete, though, there's resistance in that, and so you weren't able to quite see it. It was almost there, a little blurry, almost there, and it's like a TV when you're clicking through the channels and it's coming in a little bit and a little, it's almost there, and we're always tuning in, and so it was almost there, a little static, and that's okay. Remember, that's okay. It's kind of fun to tune in. You know, for a second, I'm back in the 70s and 80s where I'm clicking the dials of my TV and I'm UHF. Anybody remember the top? fine tuning, tuning in. I love that expectancy of, ooh, static. Is my show gonna come through or not? Okay, clarity, love it. But even your favorite TV show, you get tired of after a while. Even perfect clarity, you get tired of after a while. And so, gotta enjoy all of it, even the static in between, even the transitions, even the silence between the notes. All of it is important, and you have the ability to enjoy the process.
Yeah, it's a big relief. I just feel like a burden has been shed. And
Yeah.
I feel the levity of, even though my voice isn't necessarily like frolicking in what you said, I feel that here.
All of life is for you. All of your ways of being are for you. They're not for me. They're not for your neighbor. They're not for your boss. And it's enough for you to know how you feel. It doesn't matter if I know or what I think about what you know, or this is your journey. This is your story. I am here. I am here and I exist as just a construct for you in your story. We're all here to serve your story in some way, shape, or form. Enjoy that. It's your story. And so you get to be however you want to be or you don't want to be, which is great.
If you liked what you just heard, then take inspired action now. That's right, act while you are feeling good. And build on your momentum. Schedule your free discovery call with me at instudios-nyc.com/future self.